We just got the final details on the patch coming tomorrow, and I'll just tell you, it's a freaking banger. However, I wasted literally over 1,000,000 shards, and we're about to get into it, and I'll tell you exactly why. So do not go hone yet. Let's get into this. So the downtime is going to be about 4 hours. Hopefully there won't be any delays. The biggest thing about this is hard mode. Brel, look at that. I mean, she's looking very evil, but we know that we're going to destroy her anyways. And let's be honest, I really just want them horns. We are also getting the Fortune Spire. This is huge. So we're getting extra tower, baby. T3 tower is here. We're getting huge roster XP. The cool thing about this is we are getting skill point potion, legendary class engraving, and extra things like card packs as well. Plus, after you finish it on your first character, every character after that, you will also be getting more shards, more honing materials, stuff like that. So hopefully there's a absolute ton of shards in there because I just spent all of mine. So I will definitely be going through the tower on one of my alts first, and then I'm going to be running it through on my main because I want to juice my main now that we have the huge W about this patch, which again, we'll be getting into it in just a second. First of all, we got to cover the Esther weapon. So if you've been living under a rock and you don't know what the Esther weapon is, it's the ultimate pay-to-win weapon of all ages. It is insane to build this out. It doesn't work quite like honing your normal weapon does. You have to gather different materials and then take them to craft them, and you will just craft them and it will evolve to the next level, so to speak. But it is extremely costly to do so because these certain materials that you have to have are insanely expensive. We're talking hundreds of thousands of golds per one, and you got to have hundreds of these things, okay? So it is very costly. Unless you're trying to spend literally thousands of dollars getting this Esther weapon, then there's no real point for you to even do it because it doesn't offer you even much benefit over the highest level normal weapon that all of us are going to have at eventually plus 20, plus 25, whatever it is. You can read through these details if you want to, but of course I'm going to have the link in the description below so you can read through this as well. The reason why it's called the Sidereal weapon or the Esther weapon is because you get special abilities. Like you can use Thyrane, you can use Wei, you can use Inanna, Nineveh, Balthor, Azina, and Shandi, and they have different effects on the weapon. It's pretty sick. But most of us are never going to have one. Actually, 99.999% of us are never going to have it or experience that because you are going to have to spend real money in order to get it to a high enough level to even make it viable with enough attack power, weapon power to use it, plus being able to use these effects. We get a new event, which is really cool. We get the Sweet Sugar Petal Festival event. So it is going to be here from April 12th to May 10th, which is huge. And hopefully it's got a lot of materials like leap stones, shards, because guess what? Now the honor shard cost requirement for honing has been decreased by freaking half, man. 40%. I just used all of my honing shards for 4 freaking characters, man. I had hundreds of thousands. I had like 800,000 shards, 700,000 shards on my gunslinger. I'm having a breakdown. I used so many shards, and I literally could have only used half of them if I would have just waited until this update came out. Okay, guys, for example, does it make sense? And you tell me in the comments below. You tell me what you think. Okay, and I know there has to be a point at which they make this change, and there's always going to be somebody that's unhappy about it. But don't you think that because they are releasing higher level content with this patch, that the majority of players would think, hey, I need to hone the week before, or maybe even 2 weeks before, so that I am high enough to do those new pieces of content. So don't you think that they would do this honing shard requirement a little bit early, maybe a week or two early, or at least let us know a week or two early, hey, we're going to be having this quality of life patch that's coming with this update. So, maybe save your shards until this update. Because The thing is, shards are not easy to come by. You earn them very slowly. You don't just get an abundance of them. So you save them up for a long time. It takes a while, which is why this freaking sucks for a lot of people, including myself, that honed all of their characters to try to get to Braille hard ready, because the content is coming this upcoming week, Wednesday, tomorrow, and we used all of our shards. Now, like I said, there's always going to be some people that are unhappy about this, and that's okay. I'm going to get over it, and the biggest thing is that you got to remember with this game is even when they do things like this and it just is like, it annoys you, you got to remember you're not playing this game for the short term. You're going to be playing this for a long time. And the next time, do not forget, when they have new content and they might lower the shard costs, don't hone until the day of that patch, because they might sneak in a quick one on you like they did on this patch notes. But guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments below, and can I get a like on this video? It's gonna help to save my soul from eternal madness after what I just witnessed and what I went through this previous week with honing. So yeah guys, moving on, I also wanted to cover this, the store updates. We're getting the Butler and Maid cosmetics. I'm excited for those. The Petranian Nights cosmetic, I thought it was the Darkest Nights or something like that. Anyways, we're getting those cosmetics. I did already cover those in a previous video, which these look pretty cool. I think that the weapons look like the Glavier weapon. That looks freaking sick. If you can dye this, I'm gonna be hyped. Soulfist weapon's pretty cool. I feel like Soulfist has a lot of really good weapon skins. Just unfortunate that Soulfist is not as fun to play. But aside from the store things, there's also one more feature that's gonna be really cool, that they are updating the books in the event shop. I don't know why they had these books. Most people have a lot of their characters above the requirement for these books, so they're just kind of wasted space. So I'm glad that they are making these new ones here. That way we can actually be using them for where our current characters are at. So I appreciate that. Thank you for that. And another huge thing is that the Legion raid materials required to craft the upper tier 3 relic gear have been reduced for normal gear. So now I can finally get my Striker all of his normal gear and my Berserker all of his normal gear a little bit quicker. So I'm very glad about that, and I'm sure a lot of other people are very psyched about that too. Overall, this is an absolute W patch. I'm super psyched about it. The only thing I wish they would have done is communicated this honing shard cost requirement decrease, because it is so substantial. If it was like 15, 20%, something like that, it wouldn't have really been that big of a deal, but 40% is a huge deal. What this also means is that Elgacia and Akkan are gonna be coming pretty quickly. And the reason I say this is because the previous shard cost to get everything to plus 19, which is 1580, which is normal Akkan, it was substantial. It was ridiculous. And that's why they have to reduce it by 40%, because they know no one's going to get there for another 10 months, another year, man. It's ridiculous how many shards it costs to level up on like plus 15, plus 16 and beyond. It's crazy how many shards it costs. So reducing this is going to allow a lot more people to get way higher in eye level, not only for hard Belshazzar, normal Belshazzar, everything like that, but also for getting Akkan ready. So I'm actually really hyped about that. That Akkan is going to be coming pretty soon. Hopefully it's like into summer or fall maybe. That would be insane. I'm just, inhaling some copium. Let me know what you guys think about the material changes for Belshazzar normal relic gear and with the honor shard cost requirement. Let me know if you were just like me and you were honing everything last week or maybe the week before. It's a sad day. But if y'all are out there, leave me a like on this video and we can suffer together. And make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want updates like this. We're almost at 2,500 subs, and I know that we could get there with your help. It's my goal to get there by the end of the year, so help a brother out. But anyways, I'm going to see you on the next video, guys.